as promised, in this video I'm going to do my rose gold comparison chart. I'm going to be swatching what I have. I know there are probably more products on the market right now, and I know that there's also another product by Finnabair that's due to come out soon, but I don't have it. So I'm going to compare what I have, and I have prepared a chart here. So I have 6 different paint slash pigment slash wax to cover, and I have separated that into 6 different substrates. So the first one I will swatch is on just regular white, either cardstock or watercolor. I don't think it makes a difference. This is watercolor paper. It's my swatch book, and it just happens to be in a watercolor journal. The next category is black cardstock. Then we have clear gesso. Everything is dry. I've already prepped that up. So clear gesso on a white background, clear gesso on black cardstock. I'm moving my fingers so that you can hear the grit of the clear gesso. It is Liquitex clear gesso. Then I have white gesso over white cardstock, and then black gesso over the white cardstock. So I'm going to start with Dina's acrylic paint. And this is called Rosie. I've already swatched some of these, but I wanted to have a beautiful, minus the handwriting, I did this really quickly, but a beautiful chart that I could look at all at once, because the others are kind of like a hodgepodge of, you know, they're kind of like totally unorganized. So I really want to do this properly. Alright, so I've got my paint here. I'm just going to pick up my brush, and I'm just going to swipe that across. So I'm laying this down quite heavily. It's not a thin coat. And so I don't know if it's going to make a difference from the previous time that I have swatched. So this was Dina's Rosy paint. It's a heavy body acrylic. I love Dina's paints just for the fact that they are heavy body, and you can always thin the heavy body paints down if you need to. The next one is Martha Stewart. This one I've never swatched. This one I can tell is already a little bit more gold than Dina's paint. It lays down beautifully, however. Of course, because it's not heavy body. Whoops. Made a boo-boo here. Let me just try to clean that up. There is a distinct difference between the two of them for sure. Next up I have Deco Arts Dazzling Metallics in Rose Gold. And these two I found at my local Michael's store. Oh, I like that color. next we're going to move on to Finnabair's Art Alchemy acrylic paint. And it is called Opal Magic Rose Gold. So I'm going to shake that really well because I know that there's a lot of separation happening. And it does look beautiful in a jar. I have to say it looks yummy. Really, really nice. But it's what it does on paper that I'm interested in. So we'll see. Alright, so here we go. Yeah, that's the one that was reacting in a big way when I did the comparison last time. I'm actually very anxious to see what the other one will look like. I have a spot right there. It's waiting for it. So this one reacts a lot to the black. Quite different. The other one's not so much. Alright. Now I've got the wax. And I've never used this. So it's going to be a surprise for me. Oh. Oh. Oh, oh, no. Ah. Is this normal? It's beeswax, that I know. So maybe that's normal and I just contaminated it with the paint. So I do think it's normal. I do have some wax on here. Oh well. It's going to stay that way. So I'm just going to swipe my finger on this, I'm assuming, and apply it this way. I mean, I know that beeswax usually have some kind of a white film on it. So I'm guessing this is normal. I also have a feeling this is not going to dry permanently. Or maybe it will. There's nothing like trying. If it doesn't, I'll just cover that up with a piece of acetate or something like that, so that I at least can see the color. And I'm assuming also that I need to buff this a little bit. Like burnish it. I got scared. I had to look at my camera. I thought I wasn't recording. Alright, so I'm going to put that cardboard back on. And I'm going to take maybe a tissue and try to burnish this. I'm not sure how to do this, guys. I've never used wax before. I'm not I don't do encaustic, so I don't know the rules. But that's pretty nice though. I'm going to swatch this on normal paper, like on just plain white paper. See if I can get it to shine, because I've laid it down quite thickly on my chart. That's really nice. So maybe I shouldn't have gone so heavily on here, but that's okay. So there's that, and the last one is Pearlax, which is a Jacquard product from France. And this is just pigments. There is no binding agent in there, so you have to keep that in mind. I will be using it with GAC 100, which is just a clear polymer by Golden, or GAC 100, I call it GAC. It's just essentially paint without pigment in it. That's what it is. So, so there we go. I'm not sure how much pigment to add. I have no idea. But this is what it looks like. I think I'm going to take the tip of a palette knife and just mix that in. Again, I don't know the ratio. Oh, I'm off camera. Sorry about that. Here. So let's, whoa, very, very volatile. I'll try not to sneeze. Oh, but that's nice. Oh. Oh. I'll show you another way to use Pearlax. I've done that in the past. Okay, let me just put that cap back on. And, oh, that's really nice. It almost looks like copper though. Yeah, it's got more of a reddish tint to it. Alright. See what that looks like. It's very fluid. I know that there's different GAC, there's different polymer. I know there's 200 for sure, because I've seen that on the shelves at my local art supply store, but sorry, so maybe the 200 is thicker. I guess you can also mix that with a gel medium. As long as it dries clear, a paste will add white to this, which is, if that's what you want, that's fine, but for comparison's sake here, to get the true color, you need to mix that in with a clear medium. And this has a little bit of a white tint to it, but once it dries, I know that it will be clear, so I'll wait just a little bit. It's beautiful, but I don't, well, is it really rose gold? I don't know. So on my camera, excuse me, I must have inhaled some of the pigments. If I croak by the end of this video, you'll know why. So let's see here. Okay, so I like the rosy. I do not like Martha Stewart's Rose Gold. I find it's too yellowish. I do like the Rose Gold in Deco Art. It's not as yellow. But still, amongst the three of them, I think I liked Dina Wakley best. And the Opal Magic Rose Gold, that's in a class of its own, I find. I do, however, see a lot of the pinks when I move it, and a lot of the gold, depending on how the light hits it. As opposed to the other ones, I don't really see a lot of gold. I see mostly pink on this one. The big difference is how it reacts on black, whereas you don't see this as much with the others, with the other ones. The Rose Gold wax is fine. It's a little too dark for my taste. I keep wanting to burnish it, but I'm not sure it ever will. I'm just removing, I think, when I burnish it. Let me just try to do this more on here. No, I'm just removing the wax now, and I'm also removing a little bit of that metallic sheen. I don't know if you can tell here. Yeah, so I should have left it alone. And then the last one is the Pearlax. I really, really like the Pearlax for its, it seems to be pretty consistent, like how, you know, in the way that I turn the book, it doesn't change into gold and it doesn't change into pink. You know, the color is pretty consistent, is what I'm trying to say. However, I find it looks a little bit too rust looking, you know? There's a lot of red to it. In my opinion, if I could have something in between the Dina Wakley's Rosy and the Opal Gold when it flashes the pink right here, that would be awesome. And in that respect, maybe this one is a good alternative. I don't know. But it definitely does not resemble any of the rose gold foiling that I've seen on papers that are so popular lately, or the jewelry, but that's besides the point. I think this one is the closest. One more thing I wanted to show you with the Pearl X. The only time that I was exposed to Pearl X was through stamping. So I have my leaf here. I hand carved this myself, and I have Versamark ink. So I'm just going to stamp the tip of it, and my Versamark is dirty. Let me just zoom in here. So what we used to do is dip a clean brush into the powder and just drop it on there and start burnishing, and look at that. I love this. It just catches on the Versamark. And for those of you who don't know what Versamark is, it's an ink that's used in heat embossing. I'll clean that off later. And then I would just remove the excess. And maybe take just a little bit of the tissue there. And I don't want to rub too much because I will end, oh, look at this. Ooh, that's nice. If I rub too much on this, I will end up removing it because Pearl X has no binding agent, and the Versamark alone is not enough. Again, something to be mindful of if you're using it as a, if you want to use the Pearl X to stamp, because I know some of you are stampers. Keep in mind that there's no binding agent in Pearl X, so you have to mix it in with either a medium or, in that case, Versamark. Now, there it is. I will take a snapshot of each of the charts individually, and I'll try to take the photo as best as I can, and I will add that at the end of the video so that you can have a reference. But I am still on the hunt for the perfect rose gold. I'm not sure if I'll ever find it. The other thing too that I want to find, and it probably exists but I haven't researched it yet, I want to find metallic leaf for leafing, you know, with the relief. I do have gold, but I would love to have a rose gold. That would be awesome. And I'm sure it exists. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't researched anything. So I hope this was of help to you. If you have any tips to share with me, or if you know of any other products, please do let me know in the comments section below. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask away. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so, and make sure that you click on the bell to get all my notices of my future videos. In the meantime, be well, and I will see you later. Bye.